So on my model here, I've kept out the whole front section. So from her parting, from the temple up to just behind the crown area, we've left out that whole section, and that's going to be my final dressing that's going to go over the top of everything I've done at the back so far. At the back here, what I've done, I split the hair into two. The first section was both sides of the ears going back, leaving out the crown, almost like a half moon shape. I pinned that out of the way to begin with. And then this back section we took into one ponytail. So this whole back is actually just one ponytail currently. And I put the ponytail in quite high, just below the crown. We backcombed that, put a net over it, almost like how a ballerina would have a hairnet over the hair, wrapped the hair under so we had a looped effect at the back, and then the piece of hair that was the half moon on top, backcombed that, wrapped it over, and the ends are then tucked in on this side of the head. So we have a dressing that looks like it's in one. That's actually two sections already. Then my third section is here at the front, and I'm going to be draping this over the eye, over the ear here, and then pulling it around and dressing it actually into, I've got two choices here. If you've got someone that's got sticky out ears, you do it over here and hold the ear down. You know how sometimes you have a bride and you're putting the hair up, and you kind of first start putting the hair up and you're like, uh-oh, we've got trouble here. It's either going to be a staple gun or I need to kind of tape her ears down. So that's always the thing you can do, is kind of pull the hair down over the ear here. In this case, she's got beautiful shell-like ears. So we're going to be pulling the hair up in this direction, and I'm going to be forming it into almost a seashell shape at the back of the head here by just using some bobby pins and fine pins.
So on my model, this is Lana, and what I did is I did a series of ponytails, starting smaller on one side and larger on the other side. I want something a little bit asymmetric. In our salon in Santa Monica, what we're finding with a lot of the red carpet looks is asymmetry is really, really popular. So I've just finished it all except for one section, and I just wanted to take you through how I go about my sectioning. Each ponytail is then divided up and curling ironed. So I've just taken it out of the curling ironed section. And what I like to do is I backcomb the underneath, I smooth over the top, and it's almost like a foundation to a house. I like to get the foundation in first and then do all the intricate work after. So taking my fingers, I do like almost a large pin curl. And I bobby pin that into shape, and bobby pin so it's nice and firm. She's got quite thick hair, so I'm going to put a second one in just to make sure. And I've always liked contrast. I love contrast in color, I love contrast in cuts, and I really enjoy contrast in long hair dressing. So I've got my base in, and then with the end that's left out, I just gently, with the wide tooth part of the comb, do a gentle, almost like soft back combing. You can finger tease it, or you can do it with a large comb to create some texture. So I've got a smooth base and then a textured end, and I take that end using some of my Stay Essential, just spray it, and then take my fine pin and put that and pin that up and around near that smooth area. So we've got a combination of two textures going on in her hair.
Now what I'm doing here is, you can see I've draped the front section down and around, and then the ends of the hair are still loose here. So what we need to do is we need to kind of wrap this around finger and get the ends of the hair tucked in. And rather than opening the pin here, I'm just going to put the pin through and secure this in place. So basically, part of the pin is catching the hair and part of the pin is not. And this is really a great way, when you have anything on the surface of the hair to fix in place, to just use your pin in a way that it's literally going to just hold that hair and lock it into the hair underneath. We're also using Stay Essential spray because this is a great workable spray. in our Wella care and styling line, we have several different sprays we can use. And basically, the Stay Essential is something that you can work with and keep kind of moving as you're working through the hair, so you don't have to kind of worry about everything kind of getting locked down too heavily. But I think you'll agree, you know, from 3 sections, that's all this is. It kind of has an interest to it that really has a lot more dimension. And what we do in our long hair classes, we do quite a lot of long hair classes in our salon in Santa Monica. And people are always amazed at how simple we kind of keep everything, but then how effective it actually looks when it's finished. But we say it's the same as if you're doing a haircut or a color technique. You wouldn't try and do the whole head of hair in one section or one kind of like go. So why would we try and do that with long hair? The best thing to do is to break it down. We call it divide and conquer. So dividing the hair up and then conquering each section as we go, and then using the last section basically as a final dressing on the hair, just something that has a softness to it and a bit more finish. And if you remember, I said that originally the first ponytail that I had underneath here was dressed in a net, but because all the surface hair from both my half moon shape on the crown and then this front section is dressed over that hair, you don't even see the net because it's underneath and it's just created a foundation for the rest of the hair to sit on. And really, it's as simple as that.
And Chris was saying about classes. If any of you are Wella salons and you have the global points, we also, with our classes, accept global points. Our salon is in Santa Monica. It's 1 block from the ocean, which is really fun. So people come and they have education. They spend the weekend in Santa Monica. So they're very successful, the classes. We do long hair dressing, as Chris mentioned. Also, we do cutting and coloring classes. They're all 2 days. And you can get information on our website, the Dove Studio, for those classes and any other events we do.
Because we are 1 block from the beach, we actually call it train and tan, because it means you can come and do your training and then put your bikini on and go around the corners of the beach. Which, you know, probably from Florida, it's not kind of like so unusual to have the beach so close, but definitely some of the other parts of the country we go to, they're like, oh my God, that's so cool. And yet, you know, living there, we probably never go to the beach ourselves.
No, I know. It's true.
So there we are, very, very quickly breaking it down into different segments.
Yeah, gorgeous.
A little bit of long hair work there. Thank you so much. There you go.
So good to stand our gorgeous ladies up. Just rest that.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And remember what I said at the beginning, Christopher's creations and ideas with the clothes. So ladies and gentlemen, our 2 gorgeous models, thank you very much indeed.